It seems like there really hasn't been a single drop of good news in the last 7 days, and unfortunately, folks, the hits just keep on coming. Judge Juan Marshan announced this week that he was postponing Donald Trump's criminal sentencing for the 34 felony convictions that he received at the end of May. The sentencing will now no longer take place on July 11th, 3 days before the Republican convention, and instead, the sentence will be announced on September 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So Donald Trump gets 2 months and a week of delay before he actually gets sentenced. Except there's a big problem with what Judge Juan Marshan said. And it's not a problem with Marshan at all. It's a problem with what the Supreme Court did earlier this week. Here's what Marshan said in his decision. The court's decision will be rendered off calendar on September 6, 2024, and the matter is adjourned to September 18, 2024 at 10 a.m. for the imposition of sentence, if such is still necessary, or other proceedings. So the judge is saying, I will sentence Donald Trump on September 18th if that's even still necessary. Which is Judge Marshan's way of saying, I don't even know, because of the Supreme Court ruling, if I'm allowed to sentence this guy to prison. Now, on Monday, shortly after that Supreme Court decision was handed down, Donald Trump's lawyers immediately filed a motion with Judge Marshan saying, you got to throw out some of these convictions against him because they wouldn't exist, under this new ruling of the Supreme Court, which, by the way, is total BS. Like, that's not true. And that's why it does, irk me a little bit that Marshan even did this decision to delay the sentencing, because there is no universe in existence where ordering a private business to falsify financial records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star so it didn't tank your presidential campaign, no universe in existence where that's an official act of the president. And the Supreme Court says if it's an official act, you got immunity. If it's not an official act, you don't have immunity. This is not an official act. Even if he did it while in the White House, just because you're in a building with a new title doesn't mean it's an official act. That it does not fall under the regular job duties of the President of the United States. So this Supreme Court ruling should in no way affect that conviction in New York. That's what drives me friggin' bonkers about this. If you read the decision the way these conservative justices wrote it, it is crystal clear that only official acts have immunity, which is what the Constitution says, right? Okay, no argument there. They did that part right. Unofficial acts do not have immunity. That's actually a good thing. And here we are, because these judges are scared. They don't know what's going on. They can't make heads or tails of it, even though it's pretty obvious. But now they're too afraid to go forward with it. Now they're too afraid to do anything. That's what pisses me off. The letters in that ruling, right? The words that those letters make spell it out crystal clear for us. The conviction in New York stands. Because, by the way, most of those things actually took place prior to Donald Trump being elected president. So there's not even a question of whether or not he's immune there, because he's not. But everybody, including the judges, are overreacting about this. Now they're scared. Oh God, we can't do this. Yeah, you can. And if the court ends up overturning it later on, then let them overturn it later on, but send this a-hole to prison, right? That's what you could do. Now, according to Judge Marshan, that may not even happen. He may not get any sentence at all, and these convictions may end up disappearing. I don't even know what else to say. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Farron Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.